Hey everybody, this is Perch. Got a viewer question here, relatively short one. Going to cut out all the stuff that has nothing to do with the question. I need to start doing that. Somebody took a swipe at me, like, whenever Perch answers a viewer question, he always includes that part where people, fillet his channel. It's like, dude, why, why are we doing this? So fine. Here's the question. The question is, hey Perch, skip, 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 skip. Is loyalty important in comics? In many industries, loyalty can mean getting another job, advancing your career, forming tight relationships. In comics, is loyalty important? Okay. Um, Ask a simple question, get a simple answer. Um, Short answer, yes. Long answer, no. So that's not simple, actually. But, I think that this is going to be like the most um, anti PC answer ever. Um, you should give the illusion of loyalty, and then you should look out for yourself. And I don't think this is a good thing. So, by the way, people listening to this, please understand there's a difference between what I think is important and good and what I think is actually happening. So, for me, I am loyal to a fault. The people who are friends of mine know that even if things go completely south, I will stay loyal to you. There have been many times where I've been involved in business deals or other things, and a person who's not me has fucked it all up. And I make sure that the people that I pledge loyalty to are still made whole, even if it comes out of my pocket. It drives my wife insane. I don't know. At one point I was kind of on a plane and just kind of when you're on a plane, there's very little you can do, and I'm staring at the clouds and I'm thinking, how much money have I given out to people to just keep my word? And it's a lot. I'm probably guessing it's definitely five figures. It's probably six. Yeah, it's a lot. And I think that being loyal is critical. I think when you say you're going to do something, you should do it, because every now and then you can't do what you say. Every now and then you hit a situation where you make a plan and things change. And so for me, I think you have to have the credibility, and if things shift, you have to be able to say, yeah, things shifted and it's bad and I didn't want this to happen, but here we are. And for me, I never want there to be any questions. Now, I'll put this out there. People are always going to have questions. If you want to cut me deep as a person, I'm giving everybody free ammo to use on me at some point. It's not through mean Twitter comments. It's not through weird douchebag like comments that people who are uninformed and idiots make. I'm thinking of one person extremely specifically here that I doubt many of you would guess, but you all know who I'm talking about. Anyway, regardless, if you want to cut me deep, it's don't trust me. That will always do it. I will bend over backwards to maintain trust. Now, granted, none of you know me. This is Perch and it's an alias and everything else, but I do what I say. And it's sometimes hard. It sometimes doesn't happen as quickly as I'd like, or sometimes there's reasons behind why things go sideways. And I always want to be able to, say, look, but here's my track record. Here's what I do. Here's how I'm going to try and make it right. And it served me well in life. I can't complain. It's easy to be very negative. This is going to turn into a whole other video. It's easy to be a glass half empty kind of person. But I've been lucky in a lot of ways. And I have to believe that the luck is a pay it forward kind of way of being loyal and trustworthy for what it's worth. However, having said all that, in comics, yeah, it's sad to say that I think in some cases being loyal is a liability. And I hate that about comics. It probably is one of the things that I hate the most about comics. I think that it's... there have been people I've known in comics who have been loyal and helped people out, only to discover that the people they helped out are abusing that trust and that privilege and continue to do it, continue to abuse it. And they basically go from person to person to person. Again, I'm thinking of some very specific people here. In one case, actually, the same person, as I referenced earlier, that same douchebag from earlier, who is a douchebag and has tons of people fooled. Anyway, um, the there are people who are serial abusers of trust, where they're grifters. They're people who basically come in and they tell you, hey, I need this help, and here's what's happening to me. Oh, they give you a sob story, or they play the victim card. Look, everybody's attacking me. Oh my God, please give me your money. And then people do. And then 9 times out of 10, they just move on to the next mark, and they do this over and over. Loyalty to those people is pointless. You're just flushing your cash down the toilet. And there's several people I know right now at this very minute who are funding, allying, partnering up, putting in some cases their businesses in the hands of grifters who are not so much that one, but at least their ideas in the hands of people who are going to flush that down the toilet. And they do. And it happens over and over and over again. So that loyalty matters in comics in the sense that you need to appear loyal. I want to repeat again. I hate this answer. I hate everything about what I'm saying right now. But you should appear like you're loyal. But in reality, you should be constantly looking out for, number one, you, and realize that, a lot of the people that you are pledging loyalty to have no such, qualms about things for you. A good test, I think, is if you enter a business deal with someone and things go south, how does that person try and repair the situation? I think there's 3 stages. One is like, whoop, things went bad. Well, fuck it. That's 80% of people. Then probably 15% of people are like, all right, well, I'll find a way to get your money, and they figure out a way to get the money. Okay, that's 15%. The people to try and go with are the 5%. These are the rare people who go, hey, it's not the loss of the deal. It's not the loss of the money that bothers me. It's a loss of trust and loss of opportunity. So I am going to stay up all night for the next month to basically figure out how to regain this opportunity. Those are the people to basically ally yourself around and work with, and those are the people who are going to treat you right over time. Again, somebody who's going to get the money back for you, that's good too. But it's sometimes, especially with people who have been successful in comics, that's more, oh, God damn it, what is going on in Texas? Like, have they not heard of a muffler around here? This is going to make making videos in the car really difficult when these jackasses were driving around. Okay, anyway, nobody could probably hear any of what I was hearing, but it's like, that's nothing to be proud of. Your car sounds like it's falling apart. I don't know what you're doing. Anyway, it's, push comes to shove, getting somebody who can get your money back is very helpful. And I know there's lots of people in comics who are listening to this right now who are like, yeah, absolutely. You got to have at least that. Sure, no doubt. But at the same time, if the prize is a business opportunity, that's where the true money is. Don't just find people who can, get you back to zero. Find people who can actually, turn a miss into a hit again. They exist. They're out there. They typically are very guarded about who they trust, and work your way in that direction. I think that's the right answer. This is the jackass with the muffler again. It's amazing. I'm going to try and rely on the remove background noise to take away all this, and so hopefully none of you know what I'm currently dealing with right now. That would be great. Just as an aside, a difference between the Pacific Northwest and Texas. So the Pacific Northwest, there is a general sense of pride in not annoying other people for surface traits. I will say. In Texas, there's more of a F it. It's, I'm doing what I'm doing, and deal with it. In the short term, that's really annoying. In the long term, it's probably a little bit more honest, because the Pacific Northwest is also way more passive aggressive about these things, and they'll do things like clean it up on the surface and then screw you from behind. Kind of like this whole conversation about trust. Anyway, there's my answer. I hope that helps. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. Should you trust people? Yeah. I mean, the thing is, find people you can trust. That's the solution. That's what you have to do in life. You find people you can actually trust, and realize that that's tough. And also realize that as human beings, we naturally want to trust people. Most of us don't want to just wander around in life on our own. We actually want to. We're tribal people. That's kind of part of what's baked into humanity. So what often happens is that if you've been screwed a number of times and you've struggled with a lot of these things, you often will, you know, find the first person you can kind of trust. You go all in on that person. That's a horrible mistake. Vet your people, be guarded, look for people who are, earnest, wear their hearts on their sleeve, tell you things, don't overpromise, and kind of can deliver over time, and at least find out what's under the covers. Find out what motivates people. Finding out what motivates people usually tells you who you can trust. But there you go. In comics, yeah, don't, appear trustworthy. Look out for yourself. Please don't go out there and just randomly screw people, but you gotta look out for yourself. Unfortunately, that's the kind of business it is. So let me know if I've given bad advice in the comments below. Like and subscribe, of course, as always, and thanks for listening.